Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Nkenna. I am responsible for everything that goes on. As you guys can tell from the title of today's video, we're doing kind of another chit chat video. It's been a little bit since I did one of these, and the theme of this is things that I wish that I knew before I started nursing school. So without further ado, I was gonna say without further talking, but we're gonna talk a lot more. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So tip number one that I wish that I knew before I started nursing school was that you cannot maintain the same social life. So I know that I was really involved, like me and my friends used to hang out, go get brunch, do all these fun things. Like I took a lot of solo vacations last year, and the simple fact is that you cannot maintain that while in nursing school. I know some people do stuff, but then it's like a sacrifice. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that meme. If I find it, I'll insert it, but it's like you can only pick 3, and it's like you get enough, like you can't have all 3, you can only pick 2. And I think it was like you can be like well rested, get 8 hours of sleep, have a perfect social life, and then have good grades. So you cannot have all of them. And I know that some people do make it work, they make it balanced, but I just have to sacrifice things. And like I'm super involved at school, but then I don't get to like go on all these cool like weekend trips, and I don't get to do all of these things. Like I have a good social life while at school, and like I make an effort to keep in touch with my friends. But the simple fact of the matter is that you're not going to be going out every night, you're not going to be partying, you're not going to be going to brunch every weekend. Like it's just not going to happen. Nursing school is a major commitment, and it's a temporary sacrifice, but it'll pay off later. And that's something that I've told myself, like when I graduate, I'm going on a really good vacation. Like I'm already brainstorming where I'm going to go. Like it's going to be an epic trip, and I'm going to be able to hang out with my friends, and I'll have money to do nice things with my friends. Second thing that I wish that I knew before nursing school started was that it is very hard work. There's no doubt, I never underestimated that it was hard work. However, I used to work in an emergency department, and there were a lot of people who told me, oh, I was able to do all of this while I was in nursing school, but their nursing program was different. It was a hybrid program, and they were able to take a majority of their classes online, and I think they only had to show up for clinicals. So everybody's experience is different, but everybody also is a different type of learner. So some people can skim over PowerPoints once and get A's on exams. For me personally, I have to put in a lot more work. I have to do a lot of repetition, and I do get those A's and those B's, but it still takes, like I have to study multiple days in a row. I can't be on social media. Like I gotta take breaks. I gotta, you know, like if I'm gonna post blog posts, like all the blog posts are coming out on one day. It's not gonna be staggered. You're not getting daily blog posts. Like that's just the fact of the matter. Like I have to put in a lot of work to get the results that I want, and that's okay with me. So don't think because somebody else had an easier journey that your journey is going to be that easy too. Nursing school is indeed a lot of hard work, but like I said, it is worth it thus far. It's only been 1 semester for me, but I know that it's going to pay off. It's going to be such a return on investment, and I'm so excited. The third thing that I wish that I knew before I started nursing school is that you have to learn new study habits. I used to be the person who could look at things maybe once, twice, glaze it over, and get decent grades. However, with nursing school, and as I'm getting into more of my core curriculum, I have to write things down multiple times. I will write it on a dry erase board. I will write it in my notebook. I will write note cards. Like I have a whole stack of note cards here. My dry erase board is over there. Like I have so many notebooks on my bookshelf right here. Write things down so many times. I will go to the library, do concept maps. I don't have my concept maps near me, but like I formulated my own sheet for concept maps, especially with PathoPharm. Then I say, okay, at the top, what is the disease? What is it? What does it look like? So clinical manifestations, hallmarks that differentiate it from other diseases, because you will find out that a lot of diseases look the same, and a clinical manifestation is what's going to separate it from something else. That really helped, like when I was learning all the different types of leukemias, just things like that. Like you're differentiating like diabetes type 1 from diabetes type 2. When I was learning all of the different cardiac, not medications, but all the cardiac diseases, that really helps. And then the patho behind it, and then what are the drugs that treat it, and how you diagnose it. So like with osteoporosis, you diagnose it with a DEXA scan. So, you know, things like that. I wrote it over and over, and it's just a blank template, printed out multiple copies. I go through, fill it out exactly from the PowerPoint from the book, and then as I'm studying towards the test, I just keep filling those out from memory, and then I compare it from like a master page to what I filled out, and then I see, oh, you missed this, and I keep doing it until I can fill it in completely. So I do that, and that has helped me out. I know I went from studying my old study habits to studying that way, and I got a 94 on an exam, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely never going back to like slacking. The fifth thing that I wish that I knew, and this is like a really obvious thing, is that your sleep schedule is just going to be affected. My sleep schedule is definitely affected, and I don't get good quality sleep. So like I joke and tell my friends, like when I go to my parents' house, I'm going there to get a good night's rest. Like I'm not going there to get homework done. I think the last time I went to their house, I didn't even take any school stuff with me because I was like, I'm fooling myself. I'm going there to eat good food and to get good sleep. I'm not going there to do any homework. So your sleep schedule is definitely going to be affected. You're going to have lots of late nights of studying, and I would definitely not recommend any all-nighters, but you're just not getting quality sleep. The sixth thing that I wish that I knew before I started nursing school was that it is okay to leave a study group. I think early on in this semester, I thought that I just had to be invested and committed to study groups. However, it was one of those things where like we would get in the study group and I'm studying with my friends and like we're laughing, we're joking, and then when we finally get down to it, then it's people saying, oh, I haven't even started studying for the test, and you're like, what? Like, excuse me, come again? Like, no. So then it ends up like you having to teach people, and like you'll learn like teaching other people is a way of studying. Like if you can teach somebody something, then it shows that you have mastery of the concept. But it just gets annoying after a while. Thing number 7 that I wish I knew before nursing school is that self-care is necessary. I know that I don't want to say like a glutton for punishment, but I'm one of those people who's like, I have to earn this. Like if I have to study for so many hours and then I can go get food. That's really bad. I don't like do as I say, not as I do. But it's one of those things where you will be amazed by how refreshing it is to do things for yourself that uplift yourself and just make you feel good about yourself. There's one day I invited one of my best friends to church. She came to church with me, and then we went out to brunch at West Egg Cafe, and we talked and like we had good conversation, we laughed, we had such a good time at church, and then like we hugged, went our separate ways, but like I studied and like it was fantastic. And I just approached that week with like a renewed and refreshed attitude. So like even if it's going to get a pedicure or like going out to eat at somewhere where you've never been before, like like hey, let's just hang out, like FaceTime your friend, little things that like pour back into yourself and like just uplift you, and taking a break for nursing school, those really matter, and it does make a difference. Tip number 8 that I wish that I knew before nursing school started is that you need to move out. This may apply for some people, not for everybody. I know for me, I was commuting from my parents' house, and yes, I was saving money and not having to pay bills. I was having to pay rent. I did have to pay bills. I had to pay my phone bill, I had to pay my car insurance, I had to pay, the useful things. I had bought a new car, so I had to pay my car note, but I wasn't paying rent. So one thing that really like started to affect me was that I was commuting from my school back to my parents' house. Sometimes I would be sitting in traffic for 2 hours, and that's 2 hours that I could have been studying. I could have taken a nap. By the time I get home, I'm so exhausted, and then I would take a nap. I would wake up at like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, well, I can only stay awake until 12, 1 o'clock at max, because I'm having to wake up again at 5 a.m. to get ready, and I need to leave the house by 5:50. I had a window of like I can only leave between 5:50 and 6:10. If I leave any later, then I'm gonna be late for class. So I would leave at 5:50 and get to school around like 7:15, and then I would just study early. But the days that I would leave like even 5 minutes later, like I'm getting to class late, and like you just don't want to be late because you don't want to be missing out on material. Like maybe you have an exam. So it was just taking a lot out of me to commute, and then I was having to fill up my gas like every 2-3 days, and that was really expensive. Like I drive a 6-cylinder car, so I'm filling up like $40 gas every 2-3 days. Like in a week I'm spending almost $120 on gas. Like who has time for that? The next thing that I wish that I knew was to buy the physical copy of the textbook. In our program, we had to buy e-course codes. We have Lippincott, Wolters Kluwer. That's the publisher for our textbooks. And we get an ebook, and then you have software to do your homework. So I as I get older, like if I'm not recording like YouTube videos, then I don't want to be on my laptop, because I already spend lots of times, we take our exams on our laptops, all our homework assignments are on our laptops. Like if we have to document our charts, submit care plans, we are always on our laptops, PowerPoints, there's so much. So like I get tired of looking at a computer screen. Like I don't even want to be bothered with a computer screen. So I ended up having to buy the physical copies of my books, because with what I just said, I look at the computer so much, like I need to flip through, I need to highlight, you know, I need to write in the margins because I absorb the information better. So it is okay to buy the physical copy of the book, and some people might say, oh, that's a waste of money, but you can buy an older copy, you can find a senior. I know a lot of seniors in our group page, they were selling physical copies of their textbooks for dirt cheap. Like I think somebody had a bundle for like the whole first semester books for $40. So I personally learn better when I write things down, going back to like a previous point. So I need the physical copies of the textbooks, and don't feel bad if you need them too. The next thing that I wish that I knew before starting nursing school is to seek help early. I did not want to be a person who at the end of the semester was struggling or felt pressured that I needed to get a 98 and 97 on my exams. Going into all my finals, like I can do the bare minimum and still pass the class with what I want. Like in Pathway Farm, I only have to make a 52 on my last exam to finish the class with what I want. I have to make a 75 to finish the class with much higher than what I want. So I mean, I'm just coasting, and that's good. That's a good mindset. But it's because I did go to the Center of Nursing Excellence and I went and asked, hey, I need some help. I'm not where I want to be. And I put my pride aside. I was like, I'm not where I want to be, and go ahead and tell me about myself. Teach me some new study methods. Teach me what am I doing wrong, because I'm open to criticism, constructive criticism, and feedback. So it's okay to seek help early. Don't wait until it's too late. Because at that point they're going to be like, well, you've had all semester, you had 16 weeks, like why are you waiting until like week 14 to come get help? Like we can't really do anything for you. And that's the fact of the matter. Like go see your professors early and tell them, hey, I'm really struggling, I'm not comprehending the material, what do you suggest? And with that being said, if you go to a professor and they don't really like help you that much, don't think that's the end all be all. Like seek out other resources. Like I had friends like tell me, oh, I went and saw this person, they didn't really help out, but then I went and saw this person and they really helped a lot. Again, everybody is different, but that worked for me. So just be open to getting help and advice and tips and resources from multiple sources, and get it early. So that is all that I have for you guys. I really hope that you guys found this helpful. Whether you're a pre-nursing student or you're already in nursing school, definitely leave any other tips that you may have for pre-nursing students down in the comment section below if you feel like I missed something. If this helps, definitely give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you guys want to see more chit-chatty type of videos involving nursing school, definitely let me know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, like the video, give it a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.